Hey everybody, and welcome to a very special video. Today we are going to take a look at the top 10 conquest maps for the classic 2005 Battlefront 2 in terms of the reviews I have been doing up until now on the Battlefront Max channel. Up until now, I have more than 120 reviews done, so there's a lot to choose from. And of course the quality ranges greatly, and it might be difficult to find the real instant classics in between all that clutter. Now, I have done a Battlefront 2 maps top 10 video years and years ago on the Kanoa channel, and will say that some of the maps that were in that top 10 I have not reviewed yet on this channel. Therefore, they will not be featured here, and so the top 10 will be quite different. But I think that's all the better for it, since it gives the spotlight to other maps that definitely deserve the attention. So don't be surprised if you don't see famous maps like landing at Point Rain or others, since I haven't reviewed them here yet. I probably will do one of these top 10 videos every 100 to 150 map reviews to give some well-deserved love to the modding community. All the maps and mods can be downloaded through the links in the description down below. Then without further ado, let's start with the top 10. On number 10, we find Tatooine Canyon Assault. This map presents a battle on the barren wasteland of Tatooine, but spices things up by increasing the epic scale to a tenfold. By now, you guys should know that I like my Battlefront 2 battles epic and large, ideally with combined assaults including infantry, land, and air vehicles. Canyon Assault has it all, and presented in such a scale rarely seen. The Empire gets 4 AT-ATs and starts on different sides of the map, while the rebels are holding out in the trenches, while X-Wings and TIE Fighters fight it out in the skies. It's a true spectacle and fun to fight on both sides. If you love your games epic as well, don't miss out on this awesome addition. On number 9, we find the Frost Canyon map. This map is part of the recently updated Halo map pack and is by far the most interesting map of the bunch. This large sprawling map nails the aesthetic feeling of Halo back when it was in its infancy, but adds all the known vehicles, weapons, and even units from later entries as well. Partly what makes this map so good is the sheer amount of new things to discover, like new weapons, units, vehicles, and more. Having units like the Grunts is just mind-boggling, as they look very convincing, and for a split moment you can actually forget that you are playing a Star Wars game. I'm always a big fan of mod or map creators that go out of their way to make something completely different than the game or setting that was originally intended. But it does not always work out convincingly, but luckily this map proves that they succeeded in this tremendously. Then on place 8, we have Narshada Docks. This map is part of the Dark Times map pack and is my favorite map in that series. I'm also a big fan of urban setting maps, and this map nails that aesthetic, giving us that Blade Runner-esque vibe with tall buildings and bright neon signs everywhere. The map layout is also very interesting, with many of the areas being rather narrow without railings, making it dangerous to traverse. Indoor areas are beautifully detailed, and the diversity in height makes for interesting gameplay, with units fighting for dominance over small areas. Despite the fact that I enjoy large-scale battles in Battlefront 2, I also still appreciate infantry-only maps if they are done very well, and Narshada succeeds in creating an environment and gameplay experience that earns multiple repeats and is just a lot of fun. Then we arrive at map number 7, and this is the Mars Human Colony map. The Mars map is part of the Sol map pack that takes place on all sorts of planets that are found in our solar system. The map pack offers great variety in different battles and settings and scale, but my favorite by far was the Mars one. It's another infantry only map, but it's done so well that you are feeling like you are playing a multiplayer shooter from the late 90s and early 2000s, and that is a compliment. The map itself is actually quite small as you fight amongst this tiny colony, but the map contains a lot of custom objects and assets, making it all very believable and unique feeling. It has a very industrial feel to it, without diverging into boring aesthetics that are all brown and grey. There are even some Easter eggs to be found for those willing to explore, and the gunplay this map offers is solid, with a clear feel to old school shooters like a GoldenEye. It's very well balanced and just a ton of fun to play with great pacing. At number 6 stands Coruscant's Skyline. This map aesthetically can be compared to the earlier mentioned Narshada map, but this one is superior to that one in my opinion, and the reason for that is balance. The layout of this map might be a bit more traditional and less crazy, but it makes for a more fun gameplay experience altogether. When it comes to visuals, this map is just a pure gem, with the world really feeling alive. Ships of all sizes zoom by in the sky as you fight it out on the catwalks above the city's abyss. The neon signs are even more colorful here, and yet it still offers more calm environments inside and a lot of command posts to fight over. The map layout is more that of a traditional circle, meaning that there are always areas to flank for, and this keeps the fight engaging all throughout the match. It's a great map to play with either AI or human players, and is a real testament for making such a cool Coruscant map without the need to present it on a large scale. Sometimes less is more, and this map definitely proves that. Then we are now at the halfway point, and at number 5 we find Umbra Dark Forest. Yes, after having done a few infantry-only maps, it's of course time for another combined assault map, and this one is a unique one indeed. Umbra Dark Forest of course offers the iconic battle known from the Clone Wars series and does a great homage to it. The map looks stellar, offering a huge field for you to play with. The amount of units is insane, creating large-scale battles across a wide front line. But the real reason to check this map, in my opinion, are the unique vehicles and units that get provided by the Umbran faction. Multiple crawlers, walkers, and even fighters are offered and are a ton of fun to hand out death and destruction. But even if you are playing as the clones, the map is still incredible, as the main fight will happen on a large road surrounded by the unique flora and fauna that can be found on the planet. A true love and homage to the fans of the Clone Wars series, bringing it to life in Battlefront 2. Then at number 4, the map Tantive IV Interception lays in wait to intercept indeed. This is probably the most vanilla feeling map on the list. Yet this map does something remarkable, and that is that this version is, in my opinion, vastly superior to the vanilla map of Tantive IV. It's another infantry only map, but the map does a great job of presenting a mixture to adhere to the movie's logic and creating an awesome layout for both teams. The Empire starts with only one command post, which is where they enter the ship at the beginning of A New Hope. Accompanied by Darth Vader, many more stormtroopers than usually can be found on the map storm the bright hallways, and soon chaos erupts all over. The map is much bigger than the vanilla one, creating a great sense of scope, but also keeping the fun longer throughout the battle. There's a clear attack and defense in a tug-of-war type battle going on here, which fits the map and setting way better than the frantic run all over the place like the vanilla Tantive IV. This is the quintessential Tantive IV map, and I don't think there will ever be another Tantive map that will overtake this. Then we arrive at the top 3, and at number 3, we have Sun Ra Desert City. Ah yes, this map is very popular and well known amongst the Battlefront 2 modding community. This map is the definition of large scale and epic when it comes to Battlefront 2, as it offers a huge city environment a la Coruscant, where you can go and explore a wide variety of districts, boardwalks, and even interiors. But it does not stop there, as it offers so much more, with many fighters that you can just hop in and fight amongst the buildings against fighters of the opposite team. Or head all the way up top and fight above the city in between capital ships of both teams, creating that rare occurrence where the space battles gets mixed with ground combat in Battlefront 2. There are a few map packs exclusively dedicated to this, and it makes the overall feeling of the battle that much more epic. For the infantry, there's also a lot to do besides just engaging in regular firefights, as you can also use the numerous AA turrets to take out incoming fighters or bombers who try to sabotage your infantry attack runs. This map truly has something for every type of player, and with some unique vehicles to boot, this is one map you don't want to miss. Then at number 2, the top 10, we find Mos Eisley Spaceport. This map is incredible, much like all of the maps in this top 10. But this map does something unique that I haven't really seen in any other map that comes to mind. Maybe at first glance, one could think that this map is just another infantry-only map in Mos Eisley, and on paper, you would be correct. But where this map stands out is the fact that the map is populated with various NPCs and civilians, and even unique units like rideable animals like a dewback. Some of the NPCs are scoundrels and will even fight you if you get too close. The city feels truly alive and in a way that I've never seen anything like it before. It creates such a great and believable atmosphere that you just want to keep playing. What is more is that the map contains so many Easter eggs and fun things to discover to where you can spend multiple matches just walking and jumping around the map trying to find another secret. Just thinking about the map and seeing the footage makes me want to jump in again and fight it out in the streets of Mos Eisley. And then finally we arrive at the number 1 map in this top 10, and on number 1 stands the Coffin Sea Resort map. If you have seen my review of this map either on this channel or the Konoha channel, you know my absolute love for this map in that I think it's absolute perfection in both aesthetics and gameplay execution. And what else is that it's an infantry only map rather than a combined assault one, resonating even more how much it impressed me. The entire map takes place in this tropical resort that is just full of detail and vibrant colors. There are various times of day you can play this map on, and also variations when it rains, and each version looks pretty and makes it feel just a bit different and unique. The map layout is straight to the point, balanced, and feels great to play. There's always a spot where you can engage with an enemy without it feeling cheap to where you can be caught off guard. It's great for the loner type player, or the more team-based player, and this map is again a great homage to some of the best shooter maps back in the early 2000s. It's a true joy to play, and I bop this one on every now and then when I want to relax or spend some time shooting droids, clones, or stormtroopers and get that feeling of going on vacation. It's a must download for anyone liking multiplayer shooters. And with that, we have come to the end of the top 10. I hope you all liked it, and once again, you can download all these maps through the links in the description down below. When we have done another large amount of maps, I definitely want to do another top 10 to see what other gems will get on the list, and hopefully some of your favorites will be represented as well. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.